Alright guys, so today we're checking out the brand new Bose Sport Open earbuds. Now these do come in retailing at $200, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. This is one of those products that I absolutely love and I absolutely hate all at the same time. So throughout this video, I'll give my reasons for all of this, but let's go ahead and check out the product itself. Let's go ahead and see who this is for and why these are different than most of the other true wireless earbuds that we've tested. So to start with, if you're looking at the product itself, it kind of just looks like other sport earbuds that we've tested. It looks like the Powerbeats Pro and just basically any earbud that has that ear hook design. But what separates these from all of those other ones is this is an open ear product, which means that it's made to have the audio downfire into your ear canal. It's a speaker that's away from your ear, which is basically allowing you to hear your music, but also be aware of your surroundings. So for people that are going to be out running or riding a bike or doing anything outdoors, you can still hear traffic. If you're using this in an office environment, you can still hear the phone ring. You can carry on conversations with people. So it's very beneficial, but it's not something you can use in all situations. And the reason I say that is because of the design, this is the first open ear product that I've had sit that close to my ear canal. So once I'm listening at around 50% volume and up, it makes it really hard to hear my surroundings, which I think kind of defeats the purpose of this device. And also once you hit around that 50% volume and up, people around you can start to hear what you're listening to. So it makes it where you almost have to listen to it lower than you would like to, especially just given whatever situation you're in. And another problem that I had with these is because of the hard plastic design that they chose to go with, the ear hook is not very comfortable at all. Definitely the first time that I tried it, I felt like it was extremely uncomfortable and that there was no way I was gonna get used to using these. Now, luckily, the more I used it, it got a little more comfortable, but because it's a hard plastic and there's no give, whenever I put the ear hooks on, you can tell that it's pushing the top of my ears out. And if you're somebody that wears glasses, just completely forget about it. You cannot wear glasses with these. I wear glasses, and I felt like I had to wear the arm above the top of the ear hooks, which just kind of makes your glasses real flimsy, and it's just not a great experience altogether. But I will say it did get a little more comfortable. I don't know that this is going to be one of those pairs that somebody can just wear all day because it gets a little more uncomfortable than other earbuds. Now, as far as controls and buttons and things like that, out of the box, these did not have volume control. But because they connect with Bose's app, it did do a firmware update and it allowed for the outside of the earbud to have volume control. And then the only other button is located on the bottom of these. Now that allows you to play, pause, and skip your tracks forward and go backwards. So luckily you can actually control everything on the earbud itself. But you do have to go in the app to allow it to have volume control. And you also have to go in the app to be able to switch it where you can hold the left earbud and have it tell you the battery life. And speaking of battery life, it says that you can expect to get around 8 hours of use on these, but that's only listening to these at 50% volume. I found myself getting closer to around 7 hours, so it's really going to depend on how loud you use these. Now, as far as the technology that's in these, they do use Bluetooth 5.1. That's the same as the Bose neckband speaker and the Bose sunglasses, which is their other open ear listening products. These do have AAC and SBC playback, and I also didn't have any connection or dropout issues, and I didn't have any lag with movies or videos. So if you're looking at this product to just use for all types of media, you can easily use these without any problems. And as far as the IP rating, since these are really made to use outdoors, they do come in rated at IPX4, which means that you're going to be fine against rain and light splashes and sweat and things like that. But it also means that you cannot submerge this pair into water. Now, this is the part of the video where I normally talk about what all comes in the box. We talk about silicone ear tips, which this product doesn't have. We talk about charging cases, which this product comes with a case, but it's not a charging case. And this is a huge problem in my opinion, because I feel like this is made to be on the go. I mean, this is made to just throw in a gym bag. Once you're done using it, you like to throw your product in the case and know that it's charging. And although I do like the design of the case, I like that it's flat and I like the kind of fabric texture that it has. Because there's no magnets inside the case, I feel like the earbuds fall out really easily. You kind of have to just open the case with it facing straight up. If you face it at an angle, it's almost 90% of the time the earbuds are just gonna fall out of the case. So I think this is very poorly designed overall. I think they could have made it just slightly bulkier to add a battery and then add the pin connectors to keep them locked in, and it would have just made it a better experience overall. Now, since the case doesn't have a charger in it, we have to talk about the charger they've included. It is a proprietary charger. It has a USB on one end that you'll have to plug into a charging brick or your PC or something like that. And then you have to put the earbuds on both sides. And this is just one other thing that you have to keep up with. I think this really does kind of take away from the experience of just being on the go and taking everything with you. I think it's very big and clunky. I think that's something that they can improve upon on a second gen. But other areas where I think they definitely did a good job is I think the microphones on here are really nice. So being able to use these for phone calls, although the microphones are only on the right earbud. So it's only gonna pick up from one side, but I still think it did a good job of picking up my voice. I think it did a good job of blocking out my surroundings, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. All right, guys, so here's the mic test using the Bose Sport Open Earbuds. I don't think it's really a surprise that they have really good mics on these. I feel like it picks up my voice very well. I think everything sounds pretty clear, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here's the mic test with the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to use these in public. So now let's talk about the sound, because the sound I was actually really surprised with. They do use a 16mm driver, and because it sits so close to your ear canal, this is some of the best bass response and full overall sound that I've got out of an open ear product. Now, it doesn't have the bone conducting, so you don't feel that vibration. But again, because that speaker is really close to your ear and because it sits on your ear cartilage, you do feel a little bit of bass. So it does have some punch to it. I don't feel like it's tinny and more geared towards your mids and the highs like other open ear products. So I could easily use these for listening to music and not feel like I'm lacking anything. Now, I'm not gonna get that really strong bass that other earbuds can do because of the seal. I did notice that I like to listen to them at about 60 to 70%. So again, people around me could hear that, and it did keep me from being able to hear my surroundings. But it sounded very open, it sounded very clear, and I really enjoyed the audio that was coming out of these. Just know that this isn't going to replace a normal pair of earbuds or headphones. It's just a different experience altogether. So to kind of wrap up the video, and this is usually the part where I say if I recommend them or not, this is kind of tough because this is not one of those products that I feel is for everybody. This is not one of those products that I feel you can just use everywhere. And some of my cons with these is pretty serious because they are uncomfortable. They are less uncomfortable the more that you use them, but still uncomfortable. And having a case that's made for travel that doesn't actually charge the earbuds themselves, I definitely feel like makes it a little more cumbersome to use these because you have to keep up with that charger. And then my only other problems with these is the fact that getting the best listening experience, you want to kind of turn the volume up. And so that takes away from hearing your surroundings. And it also makes it where people around you can hear what you're listening to. So that kind of goes back to where I don't feel like you can use these everywhere. There's some things that they can definitely change to make this a great second gen product. I still love using them because it is different. I do like being able to have that open audio experience and hear people around me, and then just have a pair on my ear that looks like a normal pair of earbuds. I don't have to wear glasses. I don't have to wear this obnoxious thing around my neck. So I think that it fills the blank for a lot of people, especially people that are gonna be running and doing things outdoors. So I recommend them for people like that. Just know that it may not be comfortable. This is one of those things that I think you just have to try to know if it's gonna be something you could actually use or not. So guys, that's my video on the brand new Bose Sport Open Earbuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.